Hi, this is Larry Straining, and in this episode of Larry's Training, I'm going to discuss doing a Twitter search on multiple hashtags. The reason that I'm doing this is I received an email where someone was asking, they're having a conference come up, and they want their presenters to be able to have a hashtag for their individual sessions, but still be able to follow the feed from the overall conference. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a search on 2 Twitter hashtags at the same time. But then what I'm also going to do is I'm going to set it up so that when your participants come into the room, I'm going to tie that to a QR code. So when I come into the room, I look at the door, I see your session there, and I see your QR code. I click that QR code, and immediately I have your Twitter feed, and I'm able to participate in your Twitter feed on my cell phone. So we're going to do this using 3 tools. We're going to use, and we're going to look at them on the computer here in a minute. But so we're going to take 2 Twitter hashtags. We're going to tie them together. So you can do this with any terms, but I'm going to look at it from a conference standpoint. I'm going to use 2 terms. I'm going to use the term ASTD for the American Society of Training and Development. I'm going to do ASTD, and then I'm going to do also ASTD chapters. So I want to see any feed that comes through and has both of those terms in it. And that's the search I'm going to do. So I'm going to get down on the computer and we're going to look at this and continue on. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go into Twitter's advanced search, and you can get there by going to twitter.com/search-advanced. Twitter.com/search-advanced. Then I'm also going to use a tool called Bitly. Bitly.com, bitly.com is a link shortener, and you'll see why that's important here in a moment when we start talking about the QR codes. I'm also going to use a tool called Kaywa, and it's qrcode.kaywa.com, Kaywa.com. So I'm going to go back to my advanced search, and the 2 terms that I'm going to look for is ASTD and ASTD chapters. So I'm going to type both of those into my hashtag search. Now I don't have to put the hashtag on it. It's going to assume that it's hashtag because I'm using the these hashtag search. When I do that, it automatically picks up the Boolean operator OR. So it's looking for any search that has ASTD in it or ASTD chapters. And so by doing it that way, I've got to scroll down and look and search until I find one that has both, and there I found one that has both ASTD and ASTD chapters in it. I want all of the posts to have that. So the way I'm going to remedy that is I'm going to go up to the URL in the top of the screen, and if you look at it, you can see between ASTD chapters and ASTD there's the word OR. I want to change that word. First, I'm going to copy this over to a Word document just so that I have these. I'm going to continue to put these into my Word document, and you'll see the progress as I go. So again, you can see the OR there. I'm going to replace the word OR with the word AND. So my search is going to show ASTD and ASTD chapters. And then I'm going to copy and paste that. I'll do the search. And now we see all of my search results show ASTD and ASTD chapters. You can scroll down, you can see each and every one of these. They don't have to be next to each other. They're anywhere in the post. So there's my 2 search terms. And then I'm going to copy and paste that over. So the term that I want, the tool that I'm going to use, or the URL actually that I'm going to use, is the one with and. And that's pretty long. If you go into a session and someone says, here, I want you to type this in, and they type twitter.com search $Q equals %23 ASTD %, you're going to get lost and it's not going to happen. So what we want to do is we want to put that into our bit.ly tool. And what the bit.ly tool is going to do is it's going to shrink that link down. So I'm going to paste in the entire URL, and then I'm going to click shorten, and it's going to come back and it's going to shorten that down. And now all I have to say is go in and look at bit.ly and then this short URL, which is the 17GWFUF. And that is case sensitive. Then I'm going to copy that so that I have it. I'm going to paste that into my Word document so I have it for later. So in case, I close a browser window by accident, I'm not losing it. So either one of those, the long URL with and or the short bit.ly URL, are both going to go to the same place, which is that advanced Twitter feed or advanced Twitter search. Now I'm going to go to the the kwa.com QR code generator, and in the QR code generator, I'm going to enter first my long URL, just to show you the difference between them. So I'm going to copy that long URL. I'm going to go to the QR code generator. I'm going to paste that in, and I'm going to generate a static URL or a static QR code. There's my QR code. All I have to do is copy that image, and I can paste it into my document so that I have it. So now I have a QR code that when I scan on a cell phone, when I scan on a smartphone, I'll have that. I'm going to go ahead and show you the difference and what it looks like with the shortened URL. And what the shortened URL is going to do, let me clear off this live help, not interested in talking to anyone right now. And I'm going to paste in the shortened, and then I want to switch it back over to static. And now I get a QR code. Now, when I paste this into the Word document, I want you to see the difference between them. And the reason I say to use the shortener is for a couple of reasons. One is, in a QR code, it's going to be less complicated. It's going to be easier to read. It'll also go smaller. And what I mean by smaller is I can shrink it down more without losing any detail. If we look at these two QR codes next to each other, you can see the difference and the complication between them. They both go to the exact same spot, but I'm going to use in my materials this shortened, this smaller one. Now, what am I going to use these for? I want to use this on my, maybe on a door as I'm coming into a session. I might want to have this as my first slide in a presentation and say, hey guys, since you're going to be here, on my first slide, here's the QR code. You can scan the QR code and that'll follow my Twitter stream. I can also use this in the printed material. If I'm a meeting planner, we're getting ready to have a conference, I'm putting out a book of all the different sessions or a handout with all the sessions, I can put that QR code next to each session so that you can scan and see what's going on in those sessions as they happen. And then one more thing that you can do, you don't have to use just this plain black and white QR code. There's a couple examples here of different QR codes that you can see. You can change it to match your colors. If you have a theme for your event, use those theme colors. Make sure that you're not losing any contrast. You still need to have the contrast. So don't put a light yellow and a light blue on a white background, or a real dark red on a black background. Those aren't going to show up. But by changing them out, you'll have this. So now you've got QR codes that take you to a Twitter feed that is from 2 separate hashtags. So I hope this helps. Enjoy, and I look forward to your feedback. Thanks for watching my video. For more creative ways to use QR codes, look at Learning App 111 Creative Ways to Use QR Codes on Amazon, and also follow me on Twitter @LarryStraining. Thanks.